Greetings. My name is Brian Curran. I'm with the Volunteer Leadership Committee in the Cincinnati, Ohio region, part of the East Central Division. And I wanted to come here today to tell you a little bit about my experience at the American Cancer Society, why I joined up, what it's meant to me, how I feel like I've been able to make an impact on the lives of cancer patients here in this region. Starting from the beginning, it was 2013 when my mother was diagnosed with lung cancer, and unfortunately it was stage 4, progressed very quickly. Even though she got wonderful care here in town, she passed away January of 2014. That motivated me, that gave me obviously a real personal experience that affected me dramatically. But I wanted to get involved and I wanted to give back. Later in 2014, my company went through a program that encouraged a lot of our leadership and executive team to get out and join more community involvement activities. And so they encouraged me and gave me the resources to go get out there and find something that fit. And immediately, to me, it was all about cancer. I wanted to find a way to take some of that burden away that I had experienced and maybe help the next person in their struggles and their battles. So I went down and I met with Carrie Powell. She is here in the region, leading the region, and immediately there felt like there was a really good fit. I've loved working with the team. I've now been working on the VLC for 2014, kind of the later part of the year, 2015, and now all the way through 2016. It has been a real game changer for me. I've got to experience a couple of things here that I'm excited to tell you about, but just an overall sense of being around those meetings, getting involved at a volunteer level, whether it's making strides or some of the different programs that I've been able to get involved with. It has been a real eye-opener how many people are affected and the difference you can make by giving a little extra or being there wherever you can, because there is a major, huge need in cancer and it affects so much of us. So I'm excited to be a part of it. The one program coming in that really caught my eye and made most sense to get involved with was the Road to Recovery program here in town. I came to my first meeting and I saw multiple different opportunities to get involved, and for me to make the most impact, I wanted to grab one and focus on it, and that happened to be the Road to Recovery. Sinking my teeth in, I tried to find ways, how do we use my network and my connections in order to improve the Road to Recovery program. So to tell you a little bit about what I do, I'm in construction. I work for a construction management firm here in town. We have a high level of focus on healthcare and work at the majority of the major healthcare networks in town. So putting two and two together, I realized that we are on 5 to 6 different campuses right here in Cincinnati that all have cancer treatment centers, whether that's outpatient, inpatient oncology units, a lot of the imaging and diagnostic stuff that's happening. And I've got employees making the drive to those hospitals every day. Along with my company, we employ or contract to 20 to 30 different subcontractors and vendors for any given construction project at a hospital. So I started to do some of the math, and I realized that if I can just get some of those, a small percentage, signed up to have their employees, and that's almost as if it's a donation through their company to get an employee to, hey, pick somebody up on your way in, or get involved in this program because you're going to and from that hospital on a daily basis as it is. It worked well. I was able to get roughly about 12 to 14 different new volunteers signed up for the Road to Recovery program in 2016. That nearly doubled the number of rides over 2015. And I feel like there's still much more mining to take place, and that there are so many other companies that I can bring into the fold. So I'm going to take another run at it to get as many people involved in 2017. The real good story that I wanted to share with you is that in doing that program and getting people signed up for the Road to Recovery, I didn't just want to get other volunteers, I wanted to experience it for myself. So in 2016, I personally took it upon myself to try and do a ride per week, or close to that. And I wanted to focus here a little bit on that experience. I got to meet some really interesting people. People that were fighting cancer, that didn't have a whole lot of support around them, that needed a ride to and from. And at that level, without that support, you could really tell they were also looking for somebody to talk to. It impacted me greatly. One of the cancer patients that I drove to her radiation therapy treatments quite regularly. I got to know her pretty well. Early in 2016, she didn't have a very good diagnosis, but just recently, she was able to tell me on one of our drives that she has been told by her doctors that she is in remission and currently cancer-free. And she is now just in the stage of going back to get imaging to make sure that she stays in remission. Being a part of that, where otherwise I wouldn't have been, by just volunteering some of my time, was so impactful. It made everything worthwhile. And I'm glad to be a part of it. And that experience is something that I think everybody could benefit from. And while so many people are impacted from cancer, I think there's a real opportunity to keep driving that program and get more and more volunteers in. And hopefully someday nobody will go without a ride to their treatment. So that's my Road to Recovery story. I stay enthused that 2017 will be a great year with the American Cancer Society. I'm excited about some of the initiatives here in Cincinnati, and hopefully with the new ACS, we can drive home and capitalize on volunteer experiences like mine and get more people involved and engaged, because everybody's impacted, and it feels good to make a difference. That's my story. Thank you very much.